I fed a chicken a fucking mouse, man.
Oh,
I've
really?
seen chickens eat
They
mice.
eat sick chickens too.
Oh yeah,
they'll peck at sick chickens till they
Dude,
die.
they pecked at my daughter.
What?
And my wife was like, "Oh, it's just it thought that she was a worm or something like that." I go, "No, no, no."
daughter's too big for
I go, "That fucking thing was seeing if it could eat her. That's what it was doing." So
they pecked at her, or they do the thing where they peck super hard but landed exactly where they
trying
barely
to eat
touch you.
Dude, they're fucking trying to eat you.
Yeah.
I really believe that. I think their brains are super small, and I think if they got a chunk out of her and it tasted great, they would
keep going?
try pecking at her if I didn't do anything about it. I guarantee you. Dude, I'm telling you, man, I dropped a mouse in their cage.
A dead mouse?
Yeah, no, it was still alive. It was called a pinky. Here's the story. It'll show you the hierarchy of nature because it's kind of a crazy story. We put up a glass fence in the back of my house, and hawks haven't figured it out yet. And so far, 3 of them have swooped down and fucking headbutted that glass fence.
Hawks?
And get KO'd. Like blood comes out of the nose, like they're laying out the yard, fucked up.
What?
Yeah. And my daughters found one. They found one.
Found a hawk?
Yeah. We've had 3 of them that have been KO'd in our yard. One of them flew away. One of them, he got back on his own, and he was like fucking completely disoriented and wiggling and wobbling.
Damn.
And eventually he flew off. And we have video of him, like we're talking to him, just standing in front of him, and he's no more than 15 feet away, and he's just looking at you like dazed because he just got KO'd.
A hawk?
Yep, just flew full blast into a fucking glass fence. Bang! Has no idea what happened, and is just lying on his back. Now he's looking at all these people, and he's trying to figure out, did you guys do this to me? Like, what the fuck happened to me? He really has no idea. And so this one, it had fucked up its wing, and we were going to have to take it to one of these wildlife sanctuaries that takes care of like wounded wildlife, like if it's like a hawk or an owl or something like that. So what we did was they told us that they couldn't take it until it was like 24 hours before they could take it. So we had to keep it alive. So you had to give it pinkies, and you buy these from pet stores. What they are is basically baby mice that have literally just been born. And this is what they feed a lot to snakes and things along those lines. So these tiny little...
Oh, really?
Yeah, they can't...
I see those on the streets in New York sometimes.
Ooh, really?
Like the hairless ones.
They can't see yet, and they're not, like... If they get away from their mother for too long, like they're dead. They can't eat.
Right.
Like you'd have to bottle feed them. Oh. Right? So they feed a bunch of them to this hawk. But one of them, the hawk doesn't eat. So when he was just full because he'd eaten enough. He just saved that one for later. And so when they dropped the hawk off at the wildlife sanctuary place, they still had this pinky. And so my daughter was like, I want to raise it. I want it to be a pet. I go, sweetie, it's not going to live. I go, it's not getting any milk. And we don't have milk for it. And I go, you were feeding them to the hawk, and now you want them as a pet? And she goes, I want to keep it. I go, sweetie, it's going to die. I go, let me just bring it back to the pet store. If we bring it back to the pet store, maybe it has a chance of living, because then the mother will eat it. Or the mother will let it feed off the milk, because it says the same mom. And just the whole thing was like so crazy. I was like, well, you were just feeding
How old's your daughter?
This one, she's 7. The decision was made that I was just going to feed it to the chickens. I was like, look,
let's just do this.
Yeah.
Have some fun with it.
Just the chickens will eat it. I saw them eat a mouse before. I saw them attack a mouse before they got into their cage, and they fucked this mouse up and ate it. So I knew what was going to happen.
Oh,
and I put
that should have been your first option before even giving it back to the pet store, feeding it to live chickens.
Probably should have been. It probably should have been because it's gonna die most likely anyway, and the chickens are gonna eat it, and it's good for them.
What did it look like?
Dude, it was a slaughter fest. Wow. That mouse was on the ground for literally maybe, I'm not exaggerating, a half of a second. I'm not exaggerating at all. The chicken just moved on it and grabbed it and then had to run with it because all the other chickens were trying to peck it out of its mouth.
Oh.
Dude.
What?
Dude.
And so we feed him grains, and that's what fucks him up?
Yeah, we feed him grains. Yeah.
In Scotland, I got those real orange yolky eggs.
Yeah, that's because those are herbivores. Or rather omnivores.
That's what it is?
Yeah, they're eating bugs and worms and stuff. Like if you walk with my chickens and you pick up rocks, like if you lift up rocks, some of them, the smarter ones, will go towards that rock and then they go under because they know that when you're picking it up, there's going to be bugs under there for you. So like I'll be walking by the rocks, you could pick up a rock and the chickens will come by and just get under the rock and get the bugs. The really dumb ones just keep wandering around.
Do the coyotes get them?
Yeah. They have gotten them.
Oh, yeah.
They've gotten at least 2 of them. One of them that I saw. One of them just went missing, and I'm pretty sure it was either a coyote or a hawk. Could have been a hawk.
Okay.
And the other one, I saw the coyote jumping the fence with a chicken in its mouth. Yeah.
But they would just obviously take all of them.
Well, he couldn't. It was only one coyote.
Yeah.
And what happened was this coyote honey-dicked my dog. The coyote was hanging around, and my dog thought that this coyote was like his friend.
Because he would just chill for a while?
Because it was like hanging out like a dog, like right outside the fence.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, this is a dog too. Well, this is my friend. I see my friend every day. Just like I see my other dog friend, like the dog that's in the yard with him, the other dog. So one day, someone fucked up and didn't latch one of his gates correctly. So he got out of the gate, the coyote hopped the fence, and they met over by the chicken coop.
Oh.
And in chicken coops, there's one chicken that does a thing called molting. And when they molt, what happens is they have all this extra hair. Actually, the term I'm thinking of, I fucked it up. It's called brooding. And what brooding is they think that their egg is going to turn into a chicken.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Oh, really?
Because they didn't have sex with a rooster. So
I thought they only sat on it if... I guess I was wrong. I thought they only sat on it if it was fertilized.
Anyway. They sit on them anyway, but they usually don't think it's going to hatch. They usually kind of know, and they get off of it. They know that they didn't get fucked somehow or another, and they know the egg's no good. But sometimes their brain gets fucked up, and it thinks that this is going to hatch, and then they start picking their feathers off, and they do a lot of weird shit. And you could either let them go through an entire 28-day cycle, or you take them out of the big pen, the big chicken coop, and you put them in a very small one. And you separate them, so it has to be on a perch. And you just do that for 1 or maybe 2 days, and usually it cures it, and they're not brooding anymore, and they go back and they act like normal. Because otherwise they abuse themselves. They pick all their feathers off to try to feather the nest, and they do all kinds of weird shit, and they don't move, and they get mad at you if you come anywhere near them.
Whoa, weird.
Yeah, they get real motherly, but you can cure them of it with this thing. So anyway, the coyote and Johnny, the big dog, they found that thing, and the coyote somehow or another tricked Johnny into smashing this, because Johnny's 140 pounds, and the coyote's this little 50-pound thing. It's like, hey, we got to get in there, man. There's fucking chicken in there. So my dumbass dog knocks over the chicken coop because he thinks he's having a good time with his friend the dog, and that coyote grabs that chicken, and I see it running across the lawn. So I go out, and by the time I'm outside, the thing's gone. It jumps over the fence like a ghost with a chicken in its mouth. And then my wife caught Johnny with a chicken in his mouth.
No way.
Johnny jacked. He killed one. He killed one and fucked up another one.
Because the coyote taught him how to be actual
the coyote
wild.
Was showing him how much fun it is to go fuck up chickens. So he's like, oh, this is what we do with my friend the dog. I mean, he doesn't know. He didn't get chickens until he was 9 years old or 8 years old.
You got to learn how to deal with them.
Yeah, I mean, he can't.
Whenever I see dogs with new babies and they're always friendly, I'm always like, how does that dog know? I would never just put my baby in front of a dog.
You can't trust them. They don't think that babies
are
people. They don't think babies are people. That's why you always hear about pit bulls mauling babies.
Really?
They think that baby's an animal.
Fucking dingoes at heart, man.